Hi, it's Steve. Today we're going to show you how to change the door hinge on your washer. It's a really easy job. All we're going to need is a number 2 square head screwdriver and maybe a putty knife. Let me show you how we do it. Now to do this repair, we'll start by opening the door up fully. Then we're going to remove these 3 screws that secure the hinge to the front panel. And they may be in there quite tight, so you may need to use some penetrating fluid to loosen them. Now as you remove the last screw, you'll want to support the weight of that door or have somebody help you. There is a hook that will hold it from falling off of the front panel, but it's easy enough to jar it and knock it loose, so use a little caution when you remove that last screw. I'm going to lift up on that whole assembly. We'll remove that door, and then we can set it on a suitable work surface to change the part. Now with the door on a suitable work surface, we're next going to remove all of the screws that secure the inner door panel to the outer door panel, and we'll also need to remove the 2 screws that secure the door hook or door catch to the door. Once we have all the screws removed, we next need to separate those inner and outer door panels. That's where the putty knife will come in handy. If you can get into that gap, you can also go in just above the hinge and start it there. Try not to damage either of the inner or outer panels. Once you've got it started, it should lift right off, and then we'll just set that aside. Now to replace the hinge, we're simply going to lift it out of the opening, and we'll inspect the 2 little tabs on the outer door panel that fit into these little slots. Make sure they're not damaged, and if they are, you'll need to get a new outer door panel. We'll discard the old hinge. Now when installing the new hinge, we want to line up these slotted openings on those bushings with those tabs on the outer door panel. To make sure they sit flush on top of that. And then we can set the outer door panel back in place. Now we can put the inner door panel back on. We'll start by lining up that center portion first. Make sure it fits down over the hinge. And that it is flush with the outer door panel. And then we'll install one of the retaining screws there to hold it in place. Then just snap the rest of it in and then replace all of the screws. Take caution not to over tighten these as they are just going into plastic, but they do need to be snug. And when putting the door catch or door strike back on, we want to make sure we have that notch lined up with the little tab on that inner door panel. And then tighten the two screws securely. And now we're ready to put the door back on the washer. So we're just going to lift that door and we'll line up that hook with the rectangular opening in the front panel. Make sure it's seated properly. And then we'll install the retaining screws. And make sure all three screws are tightened securely. Check the operation of the door, and our repair is complete.